Here's what to do when taking arc sine of a negative number. So since this is negative, in what quadrant are we going to be drawing our triangle? With arc sine, if the number is positive, you're going to be drawing the triangle in quadrant 1. If it's negative, you're going to be drawing it in quadrant 4. Okay, and what would our triangle look like? So this is arc sine, and from SOHCAHTOA, sine is what side over what side. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So when I draw the triangle, I need to draw it such that the side that is opposite to this angle is equal to 8. However, since we are below the x-axis, we need to put a negative sign in front. Okay, so this side is opposite to this angle because this side does not touch this angle. You can see this side touches the angle, this side touches the angle. But this side, it doesn't. Now, what side is going to be the hypotenuse? Because sine is opposite over hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. Okay, and the hypotenuse is how much? Okay, so opposite over hypotenuse is going to be negative 8 over 17. And so this is going to be opposite, this is going to be hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse is negative 8 over 17. Okay. A hypotenuse is always going to be positive. And theta is going to be equal to this. But the problem is asking for tangent of what? Tangent of theta. So how do we find tangent of theta? From SOHCAHTOA, tangent is what over what? Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay, so opposite is how long again? Negative 8. And then which side is adjacent? So this is opposite, this is hypotenuse. Adjacent is the other side. Do we know how long this side is? Nope, we don't. So how do we figure it out? Well, since this is a right triangle, we can use what theorem? We can use the Pythagorean theorem. So this squared plus this squared is equal to this squared. Okay, and we want to find x. So how do we do that here? Well, before getting x, we need to get x squared by itself. So what do we need to do with this? Well, first we should simplify it. Negative 8 times negative 8 is how much? 64. And this is 289. Okay, now what should we do with 64? Subtract from both sides. And 289 minus 64 is 225. Okay. We have x squared by itself, but we want x by itself. So what do we need to get rid of here? Get rid of the squared. And how do we do that? By taking the square root of both sides of the equation. Okay, and since this is to the right of the y-axis, x is going to be positive. If it was to the left of the y-axis, then x would be negative. Okay, so now that we know all three sides, We can find tangent of theta. Tangent is what side over what side again? Opposite. Okay, so opposite over what? Tangent is opposite over adjacent. And adjacent is how long again? Adjacent is 15. This is your answer. -8 over 15.